What's poppin' people, it's your boy Shaq, aka Black Goku, and today, as you can see by the title, we're here with another ReZero web novel, Arc 9, Chapter 16. I'm not gonna hold y'all, a lot of people have been talking about it, like, in some of the comments, and I'm like, alright, look, I'm not trying to get spoiled, you know, I haven't read it yet, I was supposed to read it last night, but things happened, and I ended up having to record it now, so, let's just jump right into it. If you guys are, you know, looking forward to what's to come when it comes to like this series of me just reviewing and you know, reacting to the new chapter updates, leave a like, let me know in the comments if this is something that you guys like enjoy, because I have been getting comments, people saying they like it. I just need that like confirmation that this is something that you guys genuinely enjoy. So without further ado, chapter 16 of Arc 9, Accomplice. The first time I felt that, it was like a nightmare you have to... Well, sorry. It's like a nightmare you have with your eyes open. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I felt like my soul, not my head, was refusing to understand. Ooh, is this Petra? Ooh, is this Petra? It was as if the feeling of the just before had been severed, like cutting a taut thread. It was something completely separate from his current self, and yet his soul did not acknowledge what his body had acknowledged. The nightmare continued. The things enters your body through your mouth, which is... Don't tell me this is the rabbit death. Oh my god. The thing enters your body through your mouth, which is open so that you can scream. And your insides are devoured from the inside, creating an unbearable sense of loss, an impossible ending, an unforgivable sense of blasphemy. Who on earth could endure the sensation of their very existence being devoured? He convulses on the cold ground, yellow stomach juice spilling from the corners of his mouth. The dimly lit space, the place that felt too strange for the beginning of life, was proof that a torn soul, tormented by an endless nightmare, had repeated this over and over again. Why? Such questions arise in one's mind. It was the question of why, in response to the unreasonableness, the absurdity, the unexpected misfortune, some kind of malice, the unforgivable threat, the endless, vicious cycle. Why? Why should this have to happen to me? What evil have I done? Is my sin so terrible that I should deserve the consequences? If it had been an irreparable mistake, he should have been allowed to begin atonement before it had continued to pile up and heap on punishment until he was drowning. And yet, why? Why? I'm not gonna say all the whys. Why? To that lingering question. Invite me to the witch's tea party. This is the rabbit death. No! Oh my god, that is fucking traumatic. No way. That is absolutely fucking toxic. That is absolutely fucking toxic, bro. That is the worst death. That is arguably the worst death she could have fucking got. Oh my god, dude. The voice was filled with joy, like a blessing and a curse. Petra-chan! Petra lost her balance in front of him, and Meili quickly supported her shoulders. Having made up her mind, Petra turned the page of the black-bound book, the Book of the Dead, and just 5 seconds later, her mood showed that she had succeeded in reading the book. The Book of the Dead is a magical book that allows you to relive the life history of a deceased person. However, you cannot read anyone's book freely. There are conditions to reading them. They are limited to books that you have some kind of connection with the characters in the book in question. I can't do something as vulgar as peeking endlessly into the history of a stranger. Of course, it was debatable whether it was polite to peek into the history of someone you knew, but in any case, Meili, who had also searched for a Book of the Dead that she wanted to see, couldn't question the right or wrong of such a thing. The important thing was, judging from Petra's reaction, she met the conditions to read that Book of the Dead. The book with the title Erase that had been discovered in Natsuki Subaru's bag, and... Petra-chan! It's no good, she won't wake up! Petra was in his arms. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's like just more of the typo stuff. Like, that's gonna trip me up a little bit, but like again, I'm gonna read it as it is. I know there's like a commenter who said that there's a someone on the subreddit who gets like the translations up pretty quick. I didn't get the chance to like find it and pull it up, or at least like not this morning. So I will try and do it moving forward. That's fucking toxic. Her getting the rabbit death. Oh my god. Damn. That's, dude. Tape-san is a fucking menace. Okay, where am I? Petra was in her arms, and with her eyes closed, she tried to lightly slap her pale cheek. But the girl was completely limp and showed no signs of waking up. She was either unconscious, losing consciousness, or passing out. Inspired by Meili's concern, the crimson scorpion on top of Petra's head began to clatter busily with his pincers, as if trying to wake her up. Of course, it was to no avail. Those who read the Book of the Dead have someone's entire life crammed into their heads. The mental stress must have been considerable. Flam told me that Ezo, who apparently tried so hard that he read over 10 books, initially foamed at the mouth, urinated, and fainted. Fortunately, Petra doesn't seem to have suffered in a way that would damage her maiden dignity, but the unconscious girl's expression was one of agony and distress, and her breathing was extremely painful, as if she was suffering from a high fever. Petra-chan, whose memory did you show me? And what kind of memory did you see? Glancing at the Book of the Dead, that Petra had dropped from her hands, Meili stretched out her leg and pushed the book away from her, lying upside down on the floor. Although the spine was facing the book, it would be a problem if someone accidentally saw the contents and ended up collapsing like Petra. Although it was hard to think of anyone like Meili and Petra who the Book of the Dead would have an effect on. You're not Elsa, are you? The only person between Meili and Petra who knew of each other's existence and was already dead was Elsa Greinhardt, and her face flashed through her mind. Considering the purpose of their journey, it wasn't an inconceivable scenario that when Subaru found her Book of the Dead, he would hide it in his bag, lest Meili see it. But yeah, I know. If it were you, you wouldn't scratch off the spine to hide it from me. The crimson scorpion swung its long tail from side to side in protest, to which Meili quietly nodded in response. Please do not look at this fucking book. Do not look at this fucking book. Oh my, I can't imagine if two people read like how crazy Satella would go, man. That was the unmistakable trust that Meili had in Natsuki Subaru. He told me that, see, and I love, like, there's so much development for Subaru up until this point, and like what I also love to see is everyone's like devotion to him at this point, and it's all so well earned. I saw like a comment somewhere, I think it was like in the ReZero like Facebook group, where someone was saying like, yeah, like I watched like the first 2 seasons of like ReZero, then got to season 3, and like, oh, there hasn't been like as much suffering as the first 2 seasons, and like, oh, I want to see Subaru suffer. It's like, bro, do you fucking get the point of this shit? Like, are you fucking serious, dude? You're not, like, the point isn't to see this motherfucker suffer. Like, he suffered a lot, like quite a bit, and he's going to suffer after season, like, or like more during season 3 and after season 3. But the point wasn't just to see him suffer. It's like to see how he can grow from that suffering, how he can stand up, you know, quote baby girl Rem, and like keep moving forward. So like, don't think that this is like all this story's about. But I digress. Where are we? Wait. Suddenly, the crimson scorpion on her head stiffened in its movements, causing Meili to slowly raise her head. The scarlet scorpion changed direction above Meili's head. Its red compound eyes pointed towards empty space. No, towards the tower wall. And upon realizing this, Meili felt a tickle on the back of her neck. Oh, what the fuck? It was a premonition, and not a very good one. Good one at that. Sensing the subtle change in the air, Meili and Crimson Scorpion's consciousness sensed an unpleasant presence outside the tower, beyond the sand dunes. That is no way! As As soon as the thought crossed her mind, Meili, still holding Petra, slid the scarlet scorpion into the collar of her own dress with one hand. At that moment, like a pod of thick, overflowing liquid, something appeared from the other side of the wall. No, it wasn't something vague like that. I realized that the terrifying power of the witch was approaching. Dude, Arc 9 is going fucking bonkers right now. The thing that had previously blown Natsuki Subaru and Rem away to the Southern Empire was coming. That's not a joke! At that time, the Divine Dragon Volcanica was atop the tower, fought against the power of the witch. But now, for some reason, Shenron has left the tower with Ao, and there is no one anywhere who can do anything about it. I can't imagine the clashing with the power of the witch without Shenron and being blown away somewhere would end in such a cutesy outcome. In other words, is this the end? Meili muttered as she signed in anticipation of this sudden ending. Hearing her own sigh as if acknowledging the hopeless reality, Meili felt a weight lift off her shoulders and realized that her arms were still holding Petra close. Unconsciously, she was trying to protect Petra against the power of that witch. Dude, this shit's fucking peak, man. This shit's fucking peak. Like, even a character like Meili and her background, like, oh, come on, bro. This just shows that people actually can change, and that, like, Subaru's mentality is actually quite similar to that of Goku's, where even if he encounters someone who's initially like a villain, he waits until to the very end, like even waiting beyond the very end of the end that can be conceived, that he will give a chance to everybody to be able to redeem themselves and become a better person. He did it with Todd. Todd didn't give a fuck, which was, I love that there was someone that, you know, went solely against what Subaru stood for and kind of like went against his ideals. But like seeing this, someone like Petra, like Meili, who's done all this shit, but has over the course of these couple arcs redeemed herself this much to where even like just being with Petra, she's like, yeah, I'm about to die, fuck it, I guess this is it. But then realizing that she's still holding Petra, she's like, no, I can't let it end here. And then just fucking like go, come on, bro, this is fucking peak. This is peak. You idiot, big brother. Even Meili didn't understand why that nasty remark had come out. However, as if blocking her ears with her own weak voice, Meili leaned over Petra. Such a flimsy shield of flesh would be of no use at all. She regretted not having eaten more meat. Oh, that's... Immediately afterwards, just before the power of the witch reached the tower, something interrupted it. Still, we have no idea what's going on behind the wall. However, the light of sound passed through the behind the thick walls of the tower and blew Meili and the others away. Ah! Screaming, Meili's body still holding Petra, she was pushed against the floor and wall. Luckily, they were close to the wall and lying on the floor. Otherwise, they would have been sent flying into the wall and suffered much more pain. Even so, their hair was messy, their clothes were disheveled, and their belongings were strewn about the room, making it a terrible state of affairs. However, by some miracle, Meili and Petra seemed to have escaped without any serious injuries. What happened? Lady Petra! Lady Meili! Are you okay? Blinking with blurry eyes, Meili sat up on the spot. Petra was limp in her arms, still with her eyes downcast. Immediately after confirming that, oh my god, my heart almost fucking dropped. For some reason I thought my mic was going. I'm about to fucking freak out, bro. Okay, immediately after confirming this, Blam came rushing into the room in a panic. Blam, who had been carrying Garfield and Ezo to the lower levels ahead of Meili and the others who had found the Book of the Dead, saw the two of them and his eyes drooped slightly before his expression turned serious. It's the young master. The young master is holding them back. Stop it. Huh? It is... You mean the Witch of Jealousy? When he mentioned that name, Flam's face clearly turned pale. Even after Ao had betrayed her and she had found out that Shenron had turned against her, she hadn't been shaken up until now. But seeing how the name etched clear fear into her eyes, Meili apologized. I'm sorry. It was a natural reaction. It was only Meili's second time, so she was unable to remain calm to a certain extent. For most people, just feeling the reality of the jealous witch's existence would make their blood freeze, and they would be unable to move. Amelia and the other sisters are just too special. Well, I wonder what she's referring to. Was it a result of his ultimate resolve, or was it due to his inherent courage and bravery? In any case, it was impossible and unreasonable to ask everyone to carry that. What the hell? Meili thought as she stood up while still supporting Petra. Right now, the Sword Saint is fighting outside, right? Yes. Young Master is holding me back, but it seems he can't push through. Okay, yeah, that's some weird translate. Again, I know that it's not gonna be like translated perfectly. This is just Google Translate. My apologies if I get like kind of caught up like trying to read some of this, but you know, we got it. We're like almost halfway through. If we were here, we'd just be in the way. The cause of the jealous witch's tantrum is unknown, but from Meili's perspective, both of those tantrums occurred while she was in the tower. Surely she didn't want to think that she was the cause of the jealous witch's anger, so perhaps she should think that she didn't like her staying in the tower for long. And as soon as I had that thought, I was likely poked at the back of my neck by the Crimson Scorpion's pincers, which had slipped out of my clothes. Sorry, you were with me both times. Lady Meili, let's hurry and leave the tower. I'll take care of Lady Petra. No, it's fine. I'll carry Petra-chan. So Flem-chan, please prepare Petras-chan and the others. Oh, I forgot Petras is there. Meili shook her head slowly, refusing Flam's offer. Then she put Petra on her back and slowly stood up. For a moment, Flam looked unsure of what to do, but then he quickly nodded and said, yes, and went ahead. To the bottom of the spiral staircase, I prepare the dragon carriage. Yes, please. As Flam leaps out of sight, Meili runs after him. At the last moment, he was drawn back by the luggage scattered around the room, especially the Book of the Dead, which was the cause of Petra's losing consciousness, but now it's not the time for that. Encouraged by the crunchy sound of the Crimson Scorpion returning to above her head, Meili held Petra tightly in her arms, careful not to drop her, and ran out of the room. If he absolutely needed to know the contents of the Book of the Dead, he could ask Petra about it later. But Petra had safely and firmly accepted the life of that someone. Thinking this, Meili ran as fast as she could. Petra was on Meili's back. Interesting. I don't know how strong Meili is. She doesn't seem to have like much, you know, going on. But like I can't imagine that it's too hard to like carry someone like Petra if she's like carried like Elsa extended periods of time, like after getting bodied in fights. Petra was on Meili's back, and a single tear spilled from behind her closed eyelids, framed by her long eyelashes. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Super. Oh my god, no. No, oh my god, this breaks my fucking heart. No, is that Petra saying that? Is that Petra? Petra was on Meili's back, and a single tear spilled from behind her closed eyelids, framed by her long eyelashes. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Super. Dude, man. Oh my god, someone finding out about Return by Death, bro? That's some crazy work. How is this gonna go moving forward? This is insane work. This is insane work. If you guys are enjoying this chapter as much as I am, leave a fucking like, guys. God damn. The weak apology that spilled out was enough to tear the girl's heart apart. The girl's anguished plea for forgiveness, as if she were a nightmare, was drowned out by the aftermath of the impossible clash between the Sword Saint and the Witch of Envy that echoed from outside the tower and went unheard. The milk is cold. Sitting down heavily at the counter, Aldebaran placed his order to the... Man, fuck you, bitch. Fuck this guy right now. Aldebaran placed his order to the bar owner. It is the only bar in Marura, the nearest town of the Argyrius Sand Dunes. It has the atmosphere of a rundown bar typical of Western movies, and there was no other customers inside. However, it was a bit narrow-minded to conclude that the store is not popular because of that. After all, Aldebaran had visited the bar between late night and early morning, the time when both morning people and night owls were at their sleepiest. so it wasn't surprising that the bar in the countryside was outside of these hours. Even so, the shopkeeper opened the shop for Aldebaran, a visitor at this time of night. He was truly a considerate and understanding shopkeeper, a model of customer service. That's why I respect the way you do your job. I wouldn't do anything bad to you or try to do anything terrible to you. I'll pay you. Leaning his elbows awkwardly on the counter, Aldebaran shrugged. Wait, elbows? He only has one elbow. Unless he's using like that magic. Aldebaran shrugged at his bearded shopkeeper. The shop seemed to be used as a residence as well. And when the owner is woken in the middle of the night in his pajamas, he doesn't blame him for standing in the shop. Okay. Aldebaran is complaining that the owner is slow to move to serve the milk order. However, regarding that, hey, to be honest, what you're saying just sounds like a threat to me. Well, that seems to be the case no matter how you look at it. After all, isn't the reason why a one-armed man hiding his face under a helmet who suddenly breaks into a house in the middle of the night not well receiving in living rooms across the country? Tell me what the biggest reason is. So spoke the divine dragon from behind the wall. That's fucking terrifying, bro. That's terrifying. A being revered above all else in the kingdom of Lagunica. So it couldn't be helped. It couldn't be helped that he appeared in a tough, rather than friendly way. Of course, there was no way Aldebaran could fit inside the store, so Dragon is forced to wait uncomfortably on the street outside. Though it's doubtful that this will do anything to bring peace of mind to the store owner. And so, a suspicious person and Shinryu arrive. Now they keep giving it different names. What the fuck? I'm just gonna call it Volcanica, man, if I can remember on the spot. Arrived at the bar in the middle of the night. That was the rough explanation of the unfortunate incident that the bar owner had encountered. Milk? After taking a long time to settle in, the owner finally hands over a wooden mug of milk. As he accepts it, Al nods to the outside of the store. I know I said, damn it, I'm like reading. Sorry guys, like I just woke up and I'm just a little cooked right now. Anyway, I know I should say it's a good idea, but could you please give my friend outside a barrel of water or milk or something? And no alcohol, please. I don't know what will happen. That's crazy. Well, alcohol is fine. There's no way a legendary dragon wouldn't drink alcohol. It's like the dragon in mythology that gets rid of alcohol. I'd be in trouble if you got rid of it for a while, even if you're a useless partner for a while. Hey, master, I'm counting on you. Aldebaran, who had been peering into the store through the window, clicked his tongue loudly like a gunshot. Damn, I can't imagine how that shit sounded. Like a gunshot, and then pulled his head back. After watching this and hesitating for a while, the store owner seemed to have made up his mind. Shouldered the barrel and headed out the store. Realizing that the other leg was a prosthetic, Aldebaran regretted asking him to do something troublesome and wished he had carried the barrel himself, I think. Seriously, I'm extremely tired. My joints physically hurt, but that was nothing compared to the mental exhaustion it was causing me. His spirit was worn down, and he was exhausted, as if he had fought a strong opponent 132,044 times. No, that was a good way of putting it. To be more precise, he had lost 132,043 times, and it was finally over on the oh my god, this number, 132,044th time. It can be said that more or less they had succeeded in stalling the Sword Saint Reinhardt van Astria, just as they had planned. However, Aldebaran felt no sense of accomplishment whatsoever. There was a strong sense of defeat and great sense of helplessness, and just a little bit of sense of relief having made it through. I love the transitions. I absolutely love the transitions. I wish I was like a better reader of this, because like this, I love how it's structured. Like just like that last line right there. It can be said that more or less they had succeeded in stalling the Sword Saint Reinhardt van Astria, just as they had planned. However, Aldebaran felt no sense of accomplishment whatsoever. There was a strong sense of defeat and a great sense of helplessness, and just a little bit a sense of relief having made it through. That transition was fucking crazy. Like from the monologue to his like outward, like come on, bro. That goes crazy. That shit goes crazy. Okay, we're getting close. Even though he had successfully subdued the two greatest obstacles to Aldebaran's goals, the fact that all he felt in his heart was relief showed how petty he really was. Of course, it was ironic to say that he'd been able to defeat him so successfully. At the very end, Aldebaran had already completely torn apart everyone in the tower, including Reinhardt. And that number will continue to grow at an accelerating rate. The most critical situation is still ongoing. The decisive battle of the century between Sword Saint and the Witch of Envy. Aldebaran muttered as he raised the chin part of the helmet and drank milk from his mug. At the edge of his field of vision, outside the window where the dragon had pulled its head back, from there he could hear and see flickering sounds of the aftermath of a fierce apocalyptic battle unfolding beyond the Sea of Sand. It was a battle that flashed white time and time again as it cut through the night sea of sand, creating sandstorms that could be seen from afar like thunder-like roars, one after the other. No matter how far removed one is from fighting, or how poorly one's senses are, one can instinctively tell that the scene is the same as what would unfold on the last day of the world. That is crazy fucking dialogue, bro. And so, even though it was still early in the morning, when it was hard to tell whether it was night or morning, the residents of Merura had woken up, gone outside, and were gazing blankly at the sea of sand beyond. The battle will not end even as the sun begins to rise and a new day begins, unless people decide to give up at some point. They will continue to watch the battle. However, it seems that the residents will continue to stay put, probably without any trigger. This is not a matter of having a sense of crisis or feeling like it's not my problem. However, when humans are exposed the light that's beyond their capacity to absorb, they become dazzled. And when one remains dazzled, it is too dangerous to set out on a journey. So in many cases, the dazzled one follows the voice of the presence of the dazzling light. It was as if I was blindly drawn to the heat of the blinding bright light. And so, the reason for the blame being placed on the people who stood there was, wow, looking at it up close, it really is dragon. To be honest, I wasn't sure what it was until I got close. Suddenly, a warlike, grim atmosphere was cut through the night-pitched voice of a girl. The voice, inappropriately bright and lively, came from outside the shop where Aldebaran was sipping milk. At the sound of that voice, Aldebaran slid on his stool and turned backwards towards the entrance. And the next moment, "Are you there, Aldebaran? Come out now!" A red-haired man burst through the entrance of the bar, and when he spotted Aldebaran, he came towards him with rough, violent steps. With that, the man forcibly drew his sword and pointed the tip at Aldebaran. Seeing his anger, Aldebaran raised one hand and said, Hey, you told me to come out, but then you come forward and said, well, that's no good. Don't go picking on other people. More importantly, that person outside, that was definitely that on the table. Don't play dumb. The moment he tilted his head, as if to say that he was going to get nowhere, he was grabbed by the collar, forced to his feet, and pushed out through the entrance of the bar. I felt a sharp sense of the tip of a sword being pressed against my back, and even though I tried to say, "It's okay, don't do that," he wouldn't listen. That can't be helped. After all, from the person's point of view, they are faced with the object of their long-desired desire. Damn, I like that. Oh, Al-sama, you've come out. Why are you acting like a hostage? It seems he's gotten too worked up. Don't provoke him either. I'm in danger. Again, say something like that, Al-sama. Wait, hold on. Again, say something like that. Al-sama, you won't die no matter what you do. Wait, who is this? Saying this, a girl in a red maid outfit with a Japanese flair. Whoa. Saying this, a girl in a red maid outfit with a Japanese flair waved her hand at Aldebaran, who was being given the sword. The girl, who had a whimsical, cat-like air, spoke casually. Aldebaran suspected that the truth was not so casual, but he didn't say it out loud. There's no point in telling her, and I can't let her know. Anyway, This whole hell thing just keeps on happening to me. Stop talking like it's someone else's problem. And looking down at the scene from his high perch, Volcanica laughed joyfully. Aldebaran replied with a big sigh, and then he turned around. He's a really reliable member. Aldebaran stole the dragon shell from Volcanica. Heinkel Astria, the proclaimed useless eater of the kingdom. Yae Tenzin, the female ninja known as Beni Sakura, who attempted to kill Princess Sun. Those were Aldebaran's accomplices, who had made the world their enemy. Damn. Damn. Okay. I'm not familiar enough with the like the EXs to know like who Yae Tenzin is, but I assume it has something to do with Priscilla's backstory. Let me get a little bit of drink. So far, W fucking chapter, man. I feel absolutely horrible for Petra, man. Like what I feel right now for Petra, I can only articulate it so fucking well, but like obviously we know that, you know, Petra has a crush on Subaru / probably loves him. That is a devastating, like, words cannot express it. I'm trying to articulate it, but like words cannot even begin to express how fucked up that is for Petra to go through. Not only did she find out about RBD, but she had to experience arguably one of like the top 3 worst deaths he's fucking been. No fucking shot. I couldn't do it. Nope. I feel so bad for Petra, John. 16. In defeating the Sword Saint Reinhard van Astria, his father was literally a weak point and could be used as a trump card. Whether Aldebaran wanted to use that trump card or not, ignoring the emotional aspect, the negligence of not preparing that trump card would have been unforgivable. That's why he persuaded him properly. Heinkel was in the depths of despair for reasons different from Aldebaran's, but as long as you put it together correctly, he's smart enough to listen to what you have to say. Although they belonged to the same camp, Aldebaran and Heinkel could never be called friends, but his wish was consistent and easy to understand. Perhaps it could be called a single-minded love, for a man who was someone that Aldebaran admired and at the same time detested. The reward for his cooperation was quite effective, however. You promised me the dragon's blood, and now that dragon is right in front of me, and yet you still tell me to wait? I had imagined him yelling at me with bloodshot eyes and spitting. Heinkel closed in with a ferocious look on his face, as if he was about to launch a slash at any moment. He pointed his sword at Aldebaran, who was lying obediently like a pet dog in the town street. Strictly speaking, the tip of the sword was pointed towards the dragon's chest, the heart that pulsated within the dragon's shell, filled with dragon's blood. The dragon's blood brings fertility to the earth and instantly cures all diseases. It is a tale that has been passed down since ancient times in the kingdom of Lagunica, and it is said that one of the 3 treasures bestowed upon the kingdom by Volcanica when the three heroes defeated the Witch of Envy. And that was the last drop of blood that had beaten from the heart of a powerful dragon, and now that most dragons have left this earth. For some reason I didn't realize that they called their planet Earth in ReZero. That's interesting. Okay, really small thing. There are very few legitimate ways to obtain it. The possibility of obtaining the dragon's blood was right in front of him. This fact continued to burn in the soul of Heinkel Astria, who had been pursuing a miracle for over 10 years. Finally, Luana. Your wife's name? That's right. My wife, Luana, has been sleeping for a long time. So I'm sure that dragon's blood will be able to wake her. That's why I'm helping you. Yeah, I know you acknowledged your contributions. In fact, your insurance helped keep your son in line. Then, rather than calling it a back and forth, it would be more appropriate to say that Heinkel's feelings were too distracted, and that it was not a proper discussion. As Aldebaran secretly updated his matrix, he tried to choose his next words to calm Heinkel down. Excuse me for interrupting your conversation, but I'd like to ask you something. What is it, maid? I have something important to discuss with her right now. That thing that is flashing and making noise over there in the sand dunes, could it be Hanko-sama's son? With her pink hair tied up in a ponytail, the girl, Yae, was pointing beyond the sea of sand towards the Tenchi Muyo battle. What the fuck does that mean? Tenchi Muyo battle that was continuing without pause. Apparently, Hanko had been thinking only of the divine dragon he had dreamed of, and his blue eyes widened in response to the fierce battle. Hey, what's that? That thing they're fighting over there. Wait, that thing they're fighting over there. As you may have guessed it, the Sword Saint and the Witch of Envy. Ooh, what? And why did it end up like this? Opening his eyes in shock, Hanko glared at the sea of sand where his son and the witch were clashing. Then his shoulders started to tremble and... That's not what I was told. Use me to stop him. On that condition, make him stop immediately. Immediately! The Witch of Envy, you say? What a foolish thing to do! Sorry, but I can't accept your request. Father's reward is dragon's blood. Stopping here wouldn't be the first condition. I can't do two. Then, what if... Huh? Enraged, but unable to say anything further, Hanko's eyes widened. Aldebaran felt nothing but pity for Hanko's weakness of will. Aldebaran felt sympathy for Hanko. This is because he too is a clay doll at the mercy of fate. Damn, that's a fucking bar, bro. What? With a family that is beyond his means. Without regard for Aldebaran's thoughts, the tip of Hanko's sword rose and fell again and again. Damn. Lord Hanko, I absolutely do not want to get you caught up in this. So could you please stop whining like that? Yae, unable to bear to watch this, ended up giving him a very cold scolding. Hearing her words, Aldebaran put his hands to his forehead, and Hanko glared at her with wide eyes. Meeting his gaze head on, Yae tilted her head with a smile. And then, unlike the smile on his lips, his eyes were not smiling at all, and as he stared at Hanko. Even if you agree to do something once, if you start whining about it later, it's not easy to give up. If there are two things you want, it's only natural that you can't reach the other one while you're reaching for one. You're not a child after all. No matter how old he is, he's still a brat. Oh dear, this isn't worth discussing, Al-sama. Yae looked at Aldebaran in disgust. In disgust at Hanko, who had lost his composure. Understanding what her narrowed gaze meant, Aldebaran shook his head. Yae doesn't know how to hold back. She's a woman who has never learned anything other than how to kill. That's why I'm counting on you. Okay. In the next moment, Aldebaran's forearm swung down, knocking Hanko, who was glaring at Yae, down from above, knocking him to the ground. Wow! Exclaimed Yae, her eyes wide as she was hit by the tremendous wind, and the image of Hanko buried face down in the ground appeared before her. I'm sorry, Dad, but I can't use the dragon's blood yet. I don't want to stop the Volcanica's heart just yet. Oh, he plans on killing Volcanica? Oh, what the fuck is Al doing, bro? Al is on demon time. What the fuck, dude? Holy shit. No, this, dude, Arc 9 is crazy right now. Where am I? I'm sorry. Okay. You seem a bit grumpy, Hanko-sama. Aren't you dead? That hit just now was enough to nearly kill even me, you know. He won't die. I didn't go easy on him, but he won't die. I've always thought my dad was really strong. Wait, whoa. Another kid? Wait, what? He has another... Okay, hold on. Okay. Someone's gonna have to clear this up in the comments. I haven't checked it properly. But what is the trick behind this Volcanica-sama who speaks like Al-sama? I'll talk to you later. Right now, it's a waste of time. With that answer, in response to Yae's request for an explanation, Aldebaran crouched down beside the buried Hanko, the buried Hanko, and tried to return his unsheathed sword to his sheath. At that moment, oh! Then Aldebaran's outreached arm was grabbed by the wrist, causing him to hold his breath. The one who did this was Hanko, who had received a blow from the dragon that seemed to have not held back. Hanko's eyes seemed to be unfocused. but he glared at Aldebaran with a terrifying expression. Realizing what that gaze meant, Aldebaran let out a sigh. I will keep my promise of the dragon blood, and I will not let Reinhardt be consumed by the Witch of Envy. Well, you can trust me on that. Aldebaran's answer was that he didn't truly believe. Sorry, Aldebaran's answer was one that he didn't truly believe. However, upon hearing it, Heinkel dropped his head, and Aldebaran released his grip from his wrist. Then, seeing Ye raise her heel to strike a blow at Heinkel. I'm tired and I only have one hand, so can I leave it to you, Dad? Do I have a choice? If I do, I don't want to. No, that's an order. You carry it. You brute, Alsama, I get it. Ye stuck out her tongue and bent down to dig up the buried Heinkel. As Ye worked, Aldebaran looked over at Aldebaran. Did he say something about your dad? Oh, it's nothing serious. Just healthy and strong. Given your father's position and personality, it seems like your life must be full of pain. I feel sorry for him. I'm sorry that things have turned out this way, but I want Heinkel to live as strong as possible. Although their circumstances were quite tough, Heinkel's situation was not the worst in the world. I don't think anyone would listen to such a standard phrase of comfort, though. Besides, any relationship where that kind of comfort would be possible is now ended. I have no right to feel sorry about it, or to want to make up for it. Knowing this, Aldebaran refrained from expressing his feelings any further. Instead, he called out to the girl who was working. Yay. Gold. That sounds like the worst line ever. Here you go. Oh, okay, she's probably like paying him. Or he's probably paying her. Okay, we're like nearly at the end. Ye searched his pockets and tossed him a leather bag, which Aldebaran caught. Wait, what? He took out a gold coin and flicked it with his finger. That includes the inconvenience fee. Keep it. With that, he handed it over to the bar owner. Oh, okay, I see what's happening now. Who had been watching their exchange in silence. That's actually crazy. The bar owner was still there. That's crazy fucking work. With that, he handed it over to the bar owner, who had been watching their exchange in silence. There was an empty water barrel next to Aldebaran, and the other went just through the and the order went through just fine. It must have been a great pain for him, but he was able to reunite with his accomplice and have a smoke. It's my money. Shut up. You just got here. Can you move right away? Shinobi training is crazy. They have to run without sleep for the rest of the imperial capital of the village, which takes about half a month, with only a single bamboo tube of water. That's tough. Your crazy ninja stories never disappoint. He was probably trying to say that after such a hellish experience, he wouldn't be discouraged by something like this. But what he got from it was the danger of Shinobi, and it was confirmed his distressing memories of having been treated badly by the most dangerous Shinobi in the Empire. Anyway, wait, no, please wait! Just as Aldebaran and the others were about to leave, the store owner called out to them. With such a large group of strangers, and the violent blow from the dragon just before, it must have taken a lot of courage to even call out to them. But the shopkeeper swallowed his saliva and turned to face Aldebaran and the others. Could you please stop the disaster that is occurring at the Pleiades Watchtower? You are Lord Volcanica, the Divine Dragon, aren't you? Damn, bro's informed. How the fuck does he know exactly what Volcanica looks like? In response to the shop owner's complaint, Aldebaran fiddled with the metal joints of his helmet inside. Looking, I could see that the residents of Meruro were keeping their distance from Aldebaran and the others, with pleading eyes directed towards Aldebaran. There was fear and anxiety in their eyes, but at the same time, there was awe and expectation. He thought that seeing the legendary divine dragon Volcanica up close might help him put a stop to the cataclysmic battle happening far away, but... Sorry, it's not my job to stop that right now. I'm sure the Sword Saint will try his best to stop it, but even so, there's no guarantee that the repercussions won't reach us here. Damn, that's fucking toxic. It'd be best to leave the town just for a few days. How many days? That is, how long? Even though the answer they had hoped for from Volcanica was different from what they had hoped for, the shopkeeper still did not give up, and continued to ask questions. ask questions, seeking a reason to suppress that thing that was making their hearts flutter. Even if you leave town, how long will you be there for? It is 7 days. 7 days. I will settle this in 7 days. In 7 days, I will remove the cause of the end of the world. With that, Aldebaran turned his back to the store owner and the residents, Meruda, and walked away. Following behind was Ye, carrying the unconscious Heinkel on his back, and Aldebaran, rising to his feet with a heavy thud, also began to walk. Aldebaran, who has made the world his enemy, and his accomplices moved forward. Those feet must never stop. I'll keep going, so that I can be myself. What does that fucking mean? Oh my god, chat. This is like another 11 out of 10 chapter. Like, by god, man, there's so much to unload in this chapter. So apparently his accomplices are wait, what's her name? I want to look her up. See if she had oh, okay. 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 So they are members of the Ye Tenzin. They are members of the Priscilla camp. I mean, like the, deceased Priscilla camp. That's fucking toxic. Okay, all right. So I just had to get like a good idea of like what she looked like. No, but this is a fucking amazing chapter. I can't really deliberate too long because I have to get ready for work, but Jesus fucking Christ, man. This another like godlike chapter. I don't know what to say, man. Like this, it just keeps getting better and better. I don't know where everything's gonna go, but it is interesting that he said 7 days is when he's going to end the battle, or he's going to like remove the cause of the end. Does this mean that he has a way of like stopping Satella? Because if he has like knowledge of Echidna, or like if he has knowledge from Echidna, then it wouldn't be, out of pocket to say that he may have, learned of a way to like have like a better seal on Satella, or reseal her if she ever did come out. Because I mean, like him being able to use the power of Volcanica for all the stuff that he used in like the previous like fight with Reinhardt, or previous fights, shows that he has the capacity to use a crazy amount of magic. And it's like, since Volcanica has like Owl's knowledge, it's like, all right, Volcanica with like a ridiculously large like mana pool, gate, etc. can use these like crazy techniques because of like his capacity for magic, which Owl can't use. So it makes it so that he has access to these skills and he can actually use them, as opposed to just knowing what they can do, or like knowing how to perform them but not being able to do it effectively. This shit's crazy. Like even Heinkel wanting the dragon's blood for like his wife. What's his wife's name? Luana? Where did it say that? Like, oh my god, dude, nah, this chapter is fucking insane. Again, I feel super fucking terrible for Petra. I really hope that like I really want her to like lose her memories or something, because like there's, nah, man, that's traumatic. She's gonna have nightmares, bro. Like I don't even know where this chapter is gonna go. I mean, like not this chapter, this arc. We're only 16 chapters in, and it's already this fucking crazy. Alright, chat, like, look, let me know what you guys think in the bottom. Like, if you guys want me to make a follow-up video, let me know where we can, like, discuss this more. But I'm just kind of, I wasn't expecting this chapter to drop as soon as it was. I was still trying to, like, get my bearings from the last chapter and make, like, a follow-up to that. But, like, this chapter dropped, like, the next fucking day, so, like, no rest for the weary, right? Alright, this was, like, a W fucking chapter. Like, so far, Arc 9, fucking peak, like, it's showing that it has the potential to like be as good as Arc 6, and like, be just as good as Arc 7 and 8 that came before it. So I'm gonna peel out. This has been your boy Shaq, aka Black Goku. You know what to do. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to support, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, so you can stay updated on when I make more ReZero content, because like I know that's why a lot of you guys come back, and I love it. Like, dude, I'm about to become a ReZero YouTuber 2025, but do pull up for like some of the live streams, because we do like to vibe in there. We do talk a lot of shit about like different anime games and whatnot. And I am thinking about, like, if you guys are interested, because I meant to ask this in the last video, I don't think I did, but if you guys are interested, would you mind seeing me play the ReZero video game, like the Prophecy of the Throne, on the channel? And what I was thinking is maybe if I did something like a chapter review, or just doing something already related to ReZero, and then toss in like 20 minutes of gameplay at the end, just for like something to watch. Like, might be fun for you guys. I don't know. Let me know. Just let me know if you'd want to see that. But I'm gonna catch y'all later. Till next time. Peace.